Story 1. Goodbye Internet. At my last job, my main duty was the ID manager for the entire location among other duties. I had been there for 3.5 years at that point, and as I was trusted by everyone, if I had something important to say, people listened. During COVID, while other departments' budgets were getting slashed and employees were getting laid off, I was able to replace a lot of our aging ID infrastructure. At the beginning of my last year there, the owner hires a young, I only tell the truth, even though you won't like it, narcissist as his second in charge. He hired this bonehead as his successor to run this location, while the owner would focus on opening up a second. In the first 3 months, bonehead enraged everyone, to the point where 15 people from various positions leave the company to find another job. This is during the pandemic, where a lot of people were thankful they had a job, and 15 people were like, I am going to risk finding another job in the middle of a pandemic rather than stay here. He was that bad. As Bonehead started to piss off our customer base and our sales started to suffer, we switched over to cost-cutting mode. The owner had largely checked out at this point. 2. Longtime vendors were replaced with friends and family of Bonehead. Services were downgraded or cut. Pay plans for the sales department were jacked with, which further eroded the morale of the workforce. One day, Bonehead comes to me and tells me to stop doing safety checks and maintenance repair on our products so sales could post larger sales grosses. I loudly objected and went to the owner. As the owner is always happy to hear something about making more money, he threw his support behind Bonehead's idea. A few months of this goes by, and after he fired one of my employees on my birthday because he refused to give Bonehead access to server room. It was restricted to me, owner, and my employee. I knew it was time to go. I find a new job, put in my 2 weeks. Of course, Bonehead stops my direct deposit on payday. The day after I put my 2 weeks in, I decided it isn't worth working the extra 2 weeks and inform they I am out of there, while filing with the state over my wages being withheld. As I am walking out the door, Bonehead reminds me I am no longer an employee of the company and not to get involved with the company's affairs and possible legal repercussions if I say anything negative about the company. My new job pays more, less hours, less stress. Fast forward to this Monday, I get a call from my local internet provider. They tell me my internet service bill has gone unpaid for the last 6 months and will get cut off if I don't pay immediately. I log in and see my account is paid. So after a few back and forth, I find out I am still the point of contact for my last job's account on their internet service. Remembering what was told to me when I left, I just informed them I cannot get involved as I no longer work there. They asked me for an updated point of contact. If they cannot get one, they will be forced to suspend their service. I repeated I am not allowed by threat of legal action to be involved in their affairs and left it with that. An hour later, a buddy I know who still works there called me and told me they had to stop working as their internet service was shut off. I played stupid, but it took 3 days to restore it. Story 2. Man wanted me to flirt back, so I did. This just happened and I'm still laughing my butt off. I'm a 25-year-old MTF trans woman that's been on HRT hormone replacement therapy for 3 years now. Because of this, my body looks naturally feminine. Like it takes people a while to catch on. My voice is softer and it hurts to deepen it. This is important information, I promise. I work as a vendor for one of the major beverage companies. Basically, I go to stores and stock shelves of my company's products. I'm listening to music, a playlist of video game themes remixed with one earbud in, like aloud, when a mid-30s-year-old man walks over. Wow, girl, you are super thick. Wouldn't mind taking you home with me, he said with a bit too much confidence. I just continue working, ignoring him. He continues, oh come on, don't be like that. I'm quite large under these pants if you know what I mean. Something a sweet ass like yours needs. I continue to ignore, getting embarrassed and very uncomfortable. That's when the music turns to the theme from Halo and he says what I needed. Come on cutie, say something to me. Inspired by the music, I instantly had a thought. It hurts a lot to do a masculine voice, however in that moment I took a deep breath and turned to him. I looked at him with a very enthusiastic smile, and he looks like a kid in a candy store, bouncing a bit like, oh boy, I actually got one. Going back to my roots, I took a deep breath, and in the most deep, masculine voice I could muster, I said to him, you're cute as well, sure I wouldn't mind having my way with you. Afterwards I start coughing, my throat hurting, yet it worked. The dude jumped back a good foot and yelled out, oh hell no. Fact this, dude. Nope, hell no. He ran out of the store so fast, constantly looking over his shoulder as if I was following him. The store's workers were laughing their asses off, mostly all the female workers. One came up to me and asked, "How did you do that voice? I could never get mine to sound." "Oh, you're trans. That makes sense." That made my day and is why I'm still laughing in my car writing this. Update. Whoa, this blew up way more than I thought it would. 17K upvotes and over 1,000 comments. Thank you all so much. There's a lot of the same questions and comments, so I'm gonna add a little clarifications here. The reason it hurts so bad is when I do a deep voice, I don't just deepen my voice. I basically sound like the roach man from Men in Black, gargling my words. No, not everyone clapped afterwards. That's a lot of people's comments and it confuses me why people are saying that. Again, thank you all so much. This is absolutely incredible experience.